what's going on, you guys? I'm finally back with these YouTube tutorial videos, and in today's video I'm gonna be doing a low taper with a beard, so stay tuned for that. So what I like to do with starting out my low tapers, I like to take my Andis liners. These are the cordless liners. These are a really good product I like to use. I hate when the cords are always in the way. If you know about, if you're a barber and you cut hair, the cords are always in the way and you're always tripping over them. So these are a good product. So I like to make that arc right there, that kind of like half moon, and I like to bald it out. And so right here, my next step is to start to outline the area of the taper. So, I'm cleaning up behind the ear really well so I can get my vision on where I want to place my taper and, how low I'm going to keep it. So right here, I'm going to take my 1.5 guard for my wall magic clips, and I'm going to lay down the hair evenly. It's getting long on the top. You don't want to make it look too mushroom top, so we're going to even it out, lay it flat with the 1.5 guard. So on my next step, I'm going to keep my wall magic clips closed, and I'm gonna continue to work my way out by flicking the wrist and kind of moving notch to notch. So when I move notch to notch, I'm going about 3 levels. 3 levels meaning the first level closed, the second level halfway open, and the third level all the way open. So right here, I'm doing the same method I did using no guard. So right here, I'm starting off, note with my 0 guard closed, and the second step is going to be halfway open, and then the next step after this is going to be open. So I'm going to continue to do those steps with each guard that I'm going to be using in this tutorial. So right here, I'm moving on to my next guard, the 1 guard, and continuing to do the same steps. So we have the lever closed, we're going to move it halfway open, and then we're going to open it all the way up. So right here, I'm just kind of laying everything down flat before I go back and line up everything on the edges. So right here, as you guys can see, just using the probably like the first 4 teeth of my liners on the edge. You never want to use the full blade with trying to create the curve with the lineup. Just always use the edge. You don't need, the full blade to, create the lineup. So right here, I'm just going back and touching everything up, giving it a nice polish to bring out that pop in the cut. So right here, before I do my front lineups, I like to cut down the front hair to bring out that natural hairline. So you don't have to push nothing back, because it makes it harder to line up the natural lineup if it's not combed down and cut down to give it that nice crisp lineup look. And as you cut down the baby hairs and all the front hairs, you kind of give it its best look to keep the natural lineup without having to push it back to create a sharper look, a darker look. So this is an all natural lineup. I am going to use pop hair fibers on my client. But before we apply that, we just want to make sure the lineup is straight and crisp before we go ahead and apply it. It just lasts all day. It's not really a semi-permanent. It's just just for the day to look good. I like to have my clients looking good, and I like to bring out the pop in the cut, because that's why clients come in the first place. They want to get recognized. They want to feel good about the cuts. Some clients don't like it, some clients do, some clients don't mind it, but it's my product, so I use it. Some people that know I use it, they just ask not for me to use it, and some clients I know that just don't use it or don't want it. So it's just kind of like the experience of being a barber. You can tell who wants it and who doesn't. So right here, I'm blending in the beard. It's pretty much easy. Well, my client right here, his beard kind of gives the effect of just staying faded. Like, it doesn't really grow in like full right there by the taper area, so it kind of just stays tapered for him. But it's pretty dope. I like it. So right here, I'm just kind of barely fading in everything, kind of giving it the same effects as I did with the low taper on top. So a tip that I have for you guys is, when you're lining up the mustache area and you seem to have a shaky hand and you don't know why you're shaking, but you can't help it. What tends to help me is holding my breath. It causes me to just create my main focus on just having a steady hand. So as I finish up my beard lighting, I'm gonna take my Andis balders and go ahead and polish up just pretty much everything else and give it that shine, and to give it that clean bald look. And so next, I'm gonna take my TyBarberSign Production gold plated straight razor and give a more detailed look on my client's lineup to bring everything out: the natural curls with the natural lineup, with the natural low taper, with the natural faded beard, and a natural clean cut before the enhancements. So as we finish up our left side of my client's hair, as you can see on the other side, it's a huge transition over from the other side that I just finished up. So now we're just gonna continue on to the neckline of our client's head, and we're gonna comb down all the baby hairs and make sure we're lining up a natural lineup. We're not pushing back too far deep into the head to where when it grows back, it's looking too pushed back. So right here, we're just creating that natural clean lineup. So now that we're done with that side, we're gonna move over to the right side of my client's head, and we're gonna basically get the finished look. And so basically, we're gonna do the same steps as we did on the left side to the right side to give it the same finished look. So right here, I'm just prepping my lineup, combing down all the baby hairs and prepping it so I can cut down some of the baby hairs that are kind of getting too long. And as you can see, I'm using the TyBarberSign Productions hair gripper. You guys can get those at www.barbersignproductions.com. The link will also be in the bio, so you guys can copy the merch there. So right here, we're doing our lineups on the curve. We're using about first 3-4 teeth on the corners of our blade. Remember, you need to use the whole blade when creating the side curve to the lineup. So right here we're creating our first guideline. We want to keep it small and low at the bottom because we're creating our low taper. If we were doing a mid taper, we'll take it up probably like another ½ an inch. So right here we're taking our 1.5 guard to our magic clip, and we're kind of just prepping. We're prepping for the taper so it's not looking too bulky. So basically we're just doing the same steps that we did on our left side of our client's head. So remember, we're going from closed to halfway open to all the way open. Those are the three levels that we're using, you know, in doing these steps. So I'm gonna fast forward this up for you guys. And the right side will be kind of a look and learn. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you guys can take this back and apply it to your work. So with the taper area, we're gonna create our first guideline, and with creating our first guideline, I like to make the line go earlobe to earlobe. So I like to match it up with both sides of the bottom earlobe for my first guideline. So right here, I'm keeping my lever all the way open, creating my second guideline, going up about ½ an inch. So right here, I'm keeping my lever closed, and I'm gonna continue to now take out my first guideline. Then I'm gonna go back to open. So with the zero guard, I'm gonna continue to do the same steps that I previously did. So basically what I'm doing with these steps is I'm going from open to close. So we're gonna continue on to our straight razor process. If you're a barber or if you're an upcoming barber, this is a must necessity. You know, this is, you know, one of the key ingredients to this barber career and getting a barber experience is, you know, the straight razor effect and leaning the client back in the chair, giving them that full traditional, you know, barbershop barber, you know, experience, the one-on-one experience with the barber. You know, use everything, you know, from the hot towel to, you know, hot lather machines, whatever. Just make your client feel relaxed and lean back, you know, when they're getting the straight razor process. You know, that's one thing that's sets you different from you know, barbers that go to, not even barbers, because they're not even called barbers, they're called, you know, cosmetologists. You know, cosmetologists go to barber school so they can use a straight razor. Use a straight razor because it's a part of a barber's necessity. You know what I'm saying? So use it and apply it. Don't be scared. eventually you're gonna have to learn it. So now that the cut is all done, everything's all naturally lined up and everything, we're gonna go ahead and apply pop hair fibers. You guys can go ahead and get this product at www.barbersignproductions.com. There's black and dark brown available. More colors to come. Stay tuned for that. So if you guys are wanting to order some hair fibers, suggest to go on that website and get them from there. So usually what I do is after I spray on the hair fibers onto the lineup that I already straight razored and everything, I like to go back and sharpen it up with the liners and double back on the lineup. So as you can see right here, I'm going back and using my straight razor again. Don't be ashamed to go back and add a lot more detail into your work. It goes a long way with treating your clients with A1 care. It shows them that you really care about details when you're cutting their hair. So there you have it, you guys. Here's a before and here's an after. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys paid attention to the details that were involved in this video. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and comment below for the next videos that you guys want me to do, what types of haircuts, etc. Clipper reviews, any product reviews, any of that. Put them below and I'll holla back at them. Peace.